Hi, Tammy. How are you?
Fine. How are you, Nicole?
I'm good. It's so nice to meet with you today.
Oh, I'm glad to meet with you too.
Yes, I think this is our first time meeting. True?
I think so.
Oh, nice. Yay. I love meeting the tutors as well as myself. I like talking to them and, just get to know you a little bit more. So, Tammy,
That's
how
nice.
yes, yeah, and especially because we don't talk to each other so much. I wish we would hang out a little bit more, but it's okay. That's the online business for you.
Right.
So, Tammy, tell me, how long have you been in education or how long have you been private tutoring? Have you been in the classroom before?
I have done both. I started teaching over 30 years ago, and I taught at a private Christian school for 17 years.
Oh, wow.
And then I had another job working as an accounting manager. I did that for a while, and then I got opportunity to do some tutoring for a couple of different companies, and so I started doing that. So I've been working as a tutor for probably 15 years
Wow. So, what state were you teaching at in that Christian school?
in Louisville, Kentucky. hmm
Kentucky. Are
I
you
actually was, yes, I was able to teach at the same school where my children attended. So that was such an extra special time for us.
That is
And
nice. Oh, Kentucky. I've only been there one time when I was a kid when I went out there for Thanksgiving. I thought it was beautiful. I loved it out there.
it is beautiful. I currently live in Virginia, which is similar.
Uh-huh.
Um, the temperature's about the same. The terrain is similar. Virginia's a little bit more mountainous, I guess, in
Yeah.
places. But yeah, so, but
Well,
I get the chance to go back to Kentucky a couple times a year. So,
right.
and still have,
Do your kids still live in Kentucky or are they kind of all over?
no, my son lives about an hour from here. He lives in Virginia too, and my
Okay.
daughter, um, she has a transplant from Kentucky to Virginia, and she's in New York right now, but in upstate New York. So her husband they have their own business there, and
Oh, that's
so I
nice.
guess I forgive her for moving there, but
Right? Is she a
but
Bulls fan?
uh,
Is she a Bulls fan, football?
oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
She played. Her kids all play basketball and baseball. They're
Oh,
all
okay.
into
There we
that.
go.
So I don't.
There we go. Yes. That is
Yeah,
too
we have
funny.
6 kids, so that's kind of a, I wish I could be with them more, but
Oh,
anyway, they do come down and participate, and one of them is actually getting ready to start college, and um,
yay.
she's going to come to Virginia to go to college, so that is like such
Hey.
a blessing. So I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, of course. Well, that's so sweet, Tammy. Tell us a little bit more about yourself. What do you like to do? Do you have any hobbies?
Well, my husband and I, well, and my children, when they were at home, we uh, did gospel music and traveled around the different churches and did concerts, different places. And so music has kind of always been my hobby. And I actually am the pianist for the church I attend now. Um, but so music is kind of my hobby, and I like to be outside doing gardening, and I like going out on the lake, water sports,
Oh,
and
that's so beautiful.
lots of different.
Yeah. I wish I can get into I used to work at a nature center and I loved working there. I thought it was so nice to be just outside with the plants, gardening as well. I thought it was such a good
Like,
getaway and it was for
yeah,
work. I was like, to be outside and hang out with plants all day, sign me up.
yeah, right. I like to cook also, but since my kids aren't around as much as I would like, I don't do as much cooking as I used to, but I do enjoy it and try out different new recipes, and I like to
Ooh.
make desserts, and
What's your favorite
I like to
recipe?
entertain, and so I cook.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
Um, I don't know, probably desserts, I guess. I do a lot of that because I'm always making snacks for my But I don't know. I like to cook a lot of different things. But
Nice.
I end up probably doing a lot more design than I do anything else.
Right? Well,
Like,
that's so awesome. I would like to go to culinary school, so maybe if the timeline lines up correctly, if I have a little bit of free time, I'd like to do some maybe over the summer. Something short and sweet.
I've always wanted to take cake decorating lessons because I make like little specialty cakes and different things like that. But and I try to decorate them a little bit, but
Yeah.
I have a plan what it's supposed to look like and what it actually ends up looking like. They're not always the same.
Oh gosh, that's too funny. That's too funny. Are you had mentioned you have some kids. Do any of your kids want to go into education? Are they, wanting to kind of follow in your footsteps?
Well, kind of. Actually, my daughter was a math teacher for a while before she started having children, and
Mhm.
she also she taught math. She has a degree in math. She has a minor in physics. So that kind of, she's a big encourager for her children, and so her oldest daughter is getting ready to start college, and
Mhm.
believe it or not, she loves math. All of my grandchildren, that's their favorite subject. We have nine. They all love math, and so we just
Yeah.
always laugh about that. But the oldest one, the oldest one, she really likes it, but she also is thinking about going into something related to medicine because she likes
Okay.
chemistry and biology. And
Mhm.
so but she also plays basketball, and so she goes, I could be a math teacher and be a coach and all this. So we don't really know. She's just turned 17 and she's graduating,
Oh,
so
so
it's kind of young.
young.
Yeah, so she's got lots of things, but another one of my granddaughters, she talks about teaching, but they all love math, and one of them wants to, be um he wants to go into the space force. I mean,
There
they
we
have all
go.
these ambitions. They require a lot of math, so I don't know if they'll
Yeah.
become teachers, or, scientists, or but they all love
Astronauts.
music too, so there's kind of a lot of options there. But yeah, they're all mathematical. My son is a audio engineer
Mhm.
for a music studio, and so kind of he
Incredible,
kind of put that all together.
right? Well, what is your favorite thing about, I guess now that you're working with my math experts, what is your favorite thing about tutoring one-on-one?
I really love that aspect of teaching is when you can get with a student one on one,
Mhm.
because sometimes they may, have a lot of kids obviously that want to feel like they need tutoring. They have some type of problem in math in general, and
Mhm.
so sometimes it's that they're lacking in maybe a particular skill, or maybe they don't see it like you see this. I used to get this question all the time when I teach in high school. What am I ever going to use this for?
Mhm.
So I try to make that apparent, like this is what you can use this for. And so that at one-on-one, you can make it practical. You can find out what the child needs
Mhm.
to learn. You can do a lot of personal follow-up. You could make it um, to um, help this for their particular need.
Mhm. Yes.
Um, some kids love math and they want to um, get some type of enrichment
Mhm.
in some way, and other students, they're like, oh, I don't like math. I used to have a classroom, and the lab they had to pass Miss Clayton's class, and the last thing was on the list of things that you learn to say, I love math. And so I want my children to love it, but they can't love it if
Yeah.
they don't see why they are learning it. So if I could,
Yes.
help one-on-one a student to develop that love for math, and I tell them, so many reading, writing, and math are skills,
Yeah.
and you have to practice them. And everything that you learn in school, it depends upon your ability to
Mhm.
read and write. and do math. And so I try to make it practical in that way.
Yeah,
And
that's
so
so
I can,
true.
if I can learn what that particular student needs along those lines, then I think it's a great way to, it has advantages, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that perspective. It's so true. Yes, because I always tell my because I teach high school now, and I always tell my students, I'm like, you just
Uh-huh.
need to know math. You just need to know it, but it is a practical skill to have. I always preach about critical thinking and problem solving.
Mm.
I'm like, guys, these are essential skills. We need these skills. But yeah. The high school kids are so ridiculous sometimes.
Yeah, but they're fun, and you have to think these kids sometimes they like to come in and be, oh, Mr. Cool or whatever, but they really have tender hearts.
Yes,
And
they
so
do.
if you can reach that way, then they get them excited about learning. So
Yes, it does. 100%. 100%. And so, with your overall experience and now comparing it to the online tutoring, what do you think is special about My Math Experts, or what's your favorite thing about working online?
well, I have actually worked for other companies
Mhm,
doing tutoring, and what I find um, unique about My Math Experts is that it's kind of a network of teachers that say that one teacher uh, has a student that's scheduled and can't, for some reason,
mhm,
make that appointment. This is one example of what is good about My Math
mhm,
Experts. You have all these other teachers, tutors that are available that they could jump in, and so there's a continuum for that student regardless of who is working with them. So
mhm,
I found that wonderful because most companies, if you have a student that's your student that you have scheduled and there is a scheduling issue,
mhm.
well, that student either has to, you have to cancel it, or that particular student, if they uh, have to cancel, and they can reschedule, and then we have people on hand to that's their job, is to keep things going for the tutors, and so that
Yes.
you don't have to stop and use that extra time to worry about everybody's schedule and keeping it going. And
Mhm.
so I think that's a wonderful um, aspect of My Math Experts,
Yeah.
because I think that students feel, confident. I think it's a great thing for parents. I,
Yes.
I look at jobs like that as, if I were a parent, how would I like this for my own child?
Yeah, yeah,
So
right?
I think Math Experts uh, aids the tutor um, by helping that way, and also um, helps the student not have to worry about, oh, my teacher can't can make it this time,
And
or
the
not that
families too,
I
the
haven't any of my I don't think maybe one time I couldn't, but uh, it's just having that support
yes.
network there that you don't see in a lot of companies.
I 100% agree. Yes, it's so nice that, like, perfectly, just like you said, a network of teachers. We're all here to support each other. And it's very convenient for both the tutor and the families as well, because a lot of our students, they have extracurricular activities. They only have a short amount of time
True.
to go from school to home. And then if there's a tutor online, rather than meeting at the nearest Starbucks or meeting at the nearest library to study, they can just go home and tutor online.
That's right.
So it's
So
very,
it's
very
great.
nice. It's very, very nice.
Or they don't have to go home. They could be somewhere else. Like I tutor sometimes when I'm visiting,
Yeah, me too.
and I
Me
was
too.
like, wait a
Yes,
minute, I
I'm
can work.
always on the road. I'm like, okay, let me see. If I'm going to be traveling, I just need to be at a cafe or somewhere at this time and I'm set. I guess that's probably one of my favorite
I'm
things.
normally Yeah, I'm normally home when I tutor, but there have been times when I would be like, well, traveling to New York and I'd tutor there, or I have some other family members that sometimes I go visit them like in the evenings, or my dad actually, he requires a little bit of extra care, and sometimes I go visit him. And so I can be there and wait a minute, I'm tutoring for the next little bit. And
Yeah.
so that's so convenient. I really like that.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Oh, well, that's so nice that you're traveling a lot. You have wonderful hobbies as well, and I'm so glad to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I'm very thankful too. So,
Yeah, Tammy. Do you have any
um,
questions for me?
um, I don't think so unless you have some advice you want to provide.
Oh my goodness, I should be asking you that question. I'm barely into the game. This is like my third year teaching. I'm a third year teacher
Oh,
now, so I got a long ways to go.
okay. Well,
But
just enjoy it.
yes.
The tutoring teenagers, oh my word, or just being in the classroom with them. Some of them are very creative. Some of them just make your job really fun. And so it's just enjoyable. I like to see the light bulbs click, like, oh, I
Yes.
got this. Oh, I understand that now. And so I you know,
The wonderful
it's
aha
not
moment.
yeah, right. And so, there's some students I worked with before that uh, they just are a little down and I can't do this. And,
Hmm.
but if you can encourage them to see that they can do it and break it up, there's so
Yeah.
many benefits and it's just so fulfilling. You help the student and then that helps their grade. And then, I've worked with students before that they'd be like the first person in their family going to college. And
Wow.
so, it helps the student, it helps the family, overall the culture, you know what I mean? If you look at
Yes.
it that way.
100%.
So,
100%. I love that. Well, Tammy, it
yeah.
was really
Yeah.
nice to meet with you. Thank you again. And then if you have any questions, like you said, we're a network, so always reach out.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're
Good
very,
talking
very
with you.
welcome. Have a wonderful weekend.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye bye now.